So hello everyone, this is the Power Awakening podcast with Eirik again. Check the podcast episodes because Eirik was here already 2 times, so we have 4 episodes. This is the new season, and the new season basically is the summer season, so we will talk about relationships. If I just want to introduce the main topic, and then we will see where this discussion leads. But Eirik, those who just click on this new season and see this episode first, can you please tell them why this Power Awakening topic is relevant to you and the mindfulness, of course?
So why this topic is relevant to me? I think there's a need for people to come together. I think the world looks like it does because we're not coming together. Trust is decreasing. Empathy is decreasing. We're accepting a lot of bad shit in the world is increasing. And I think in order for us to solve the problems in our country, the problems in Europe, the problems in the world, we need to come together. And I think we need to come together at the most basic level, which is partnership, families, relationships. I think that's where the real work starts. Because the same structures and the same systems that exist in here is projected out into the world. I want to be alone. You're not good enough for me. You know, this whole... You know, in Norway we have 1 million single people in Norway in a population of 5 million. That's 1/5 of the population is single. And that's okay. But the interesting part is that 50% of that 1 million, so 500,000, wants to be in a relationship. So you have 500,000 people out of 5 million, 10% that are not happy with being single. And that's a big number. It's a huge number. And that's why it's important to me. We need to do something about these communities. We need to do something about how we relate to each other. Because if more people are happy in the relationship, the more people there are going to be happy at work, in their friendship, in their sports life, in whatever. If they're happy alone and happy with someone else, that is 1 + 1 equal for infinity. It needs to start at the most basic level, within here and then with a partner. Because in partnership is where you get to see the shit. Partner shit? No, just kidding. In partnership, in a relationship, is where you meet your own negative stuff. That's where you get the chance, this brilliant opportunity to work on yourself, to fine-tune that motor, to polish that diamond, is in a relationship. You can't do that by yourself. Yeah, you can maybe go to, I don't know, Tibet and sit in a cave for 1 year, but I don't think so. I haven't tried, so I can't say definitely. But I have a feeling that you'll grow faster into the supreme being that you want to be if you are in a relationship. Because that's the hardest thing to do. And I think probably that's why all the monks go into these caves, because they're not tough enough to meet up in a relationship.
Yeah, and they focus only on the spiritual perspective, connecting up.
Yep.
And not with someone.
My opinion is when you really get into this really strong relationship, you connect much faster up than inside a cave all by yourself. I think that whole religious meditational thing is a lot of illusions. It's almost like sometimes it feels like an escape from the real life, which is being around people.
And how do you help people with your work?
I slap them in the face.
What is how do you call this? What workshop is that?
Well, that's a slap you in the face workshop. Haven't you heard about it? It's everywhere in Oslo. No. I help people connect with themselves, with their joy, with their authenticity. You know, if you want to really find joy in life, start doing things that you like to do. You know, if you used to ride a lot of horses when you were young, well, make sure you ride horses when you're old. If you like to pick flowers when you were young, go out and pick more flowers when you're old. You know, do the things that you like to do. That's how you build joy. That's how you build joy.
And now is the summer season is coming when I will publish this episode. And in this season, as you said, there's lots of people not in relationship, but want to be in a relationship. And then summer season is when festivals and all kinds of events are mostly organized, and everybody is just enjoying it and meet with someone who looks okay, or they just really want to be with someone, and I will try he or she or whatever. And then they come into the relationship with the pink clouds, summer season, traveling, festivals, but then it slowly disappears.
Yep.
And then the mirror is there with all the comments and feedbacks that some people just feel not really know what to do with, except of it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I hosted a team building session for 50 men. I segregated them based on marriage and relationship, and I asked them to please share with the singles behind me what positive thing did you experience in these marriages and relationships. And 20-30% was the positive phase and positive comments. The rest of them, like don't ask me, and gray faces, scary faces. I saw every kind of faces. I was like, ooh, okay.
I think the reason for this is is that we're so we don't think long enough. We don't think growth. We think, oh, this is going to make me happy instantly, and then we choose that. And then once we're not happy with it anymore, we just, I don't want that anymore. I want this thing. You know, the brain is wired to give you short-term pleasure all the time, to keep you motivating doing stuff. You know, so I think the most important thing in a relationship is that you have to understand that when you meet someone at that festival, right? This is the woman and this is the man. So I'll show it to the camera. So this is the woman and this is the man. They're meeting at a festival, right? And he's like, oh my God, she's so good looking and she dances so well. Oh, there's attraction, blah, blah. And she goes, oh my God, he's so blah, 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 blah. And then they meet and they get together, right? And maybe her quality is inspiration and joy, right? That's her super quality. And then his quality is like he feels safe and grounded, you know? And then they meet together and they get together and become a couple. And they date for 3 months or 6 months, whatever. He is safe and grounded. That's his super qualities. She's joy and inspiration. Okay? So he wants her because of joy and inspiration. She wants him because of grounding and safety. After a time, if he doesn't increase his level of joy and inspiration by himself, he's going to get annoyed at her. If she doesn't take responsibility for grounding and making herself safe by herself, she will going to get annoyed at him. Because the reason he's attracted is because he's lacking joy and inspiration. The reason she's attracted is because she's lacking grounding and safety. So if she doesn't take responsibility to heighten her levels of safety and grounding, and if he doesn't take responsibility to heighten his levels of joy and inspiration, they're going to get annoyed at each other and going to start arguing. Because relationship is growth. And if he heightens joy and inspiration, if she heightens grounding and safety, they're going to continue growing together. Because that's what life is, it's growth. Into more potential of all of us. On our each individual path and together. That's how companies are built. You know?
And kingdoms of couples.
What was that?
And kingdoms of couples.
Exactly.
But for
All
this,
companies basically started as two people. It was at some point. There's always two people who started a company. Never one.
but once these pink clouds fades, and then they start to feel annoyment in this period, it can be also important if they aware what is the thing that makes me annoyed,
Yep.
plus what I will do with that. That's just a second. And how I see most of the people I meet and work with, they're just lacking the tools of self-awareness or situational awareness, and how I deal with stressful situations in a relationship, not just avoiding it, facing the thing. Because for this, they need already tools to feel good. Because if they are with someone who's constantly feel the, I want to get out from this, they will just get out, basically. They can decide get out or make each other's life hard. Because once the two unconscious persons start to have these fights, then it will be nothing else, just trying to force each other out from this, because it's not a cooperation, it's just
It's
clashing.
the start of stupidity. Yeah, it's stupidity in praxis, and that never ends well.
And some people also get the kids out of this during this season or during the pink cloud season. So the faces I've seen on this team building, I noticed that most of them had this, and now they are fathers, some of them, and they just stuck in this. So they work away from home. They found a job to do something somewhere else.
Yeah,
so they can finally relax.
Yeah.
And when I see this,
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
Kids are hard. For men, especially the small ones, from 0 to 2 years old. For me, being a man with the 0 to 2, it's so hard, because all that baby wants is the feminine sides. So for me to be with a 0 to 2 is like, yeah, it's good to watch them play around, but looking after them, it's not necessarily in my biological instinct to look after a 0 to 2 year old. It's more of the feminine qualities that is needed in that period. So I don't blame them. But that was probably not the point you were making. Sorry.
Is basically what I wanted to point out is, instead of being with the uncomfortable and pushing through, they just don't have most of the people don't have the proactive work that is needed to be prepared for this. How I deal with my energy, how I deal with the situation, how I stay connected. So they run away to somewhere else, and they survive until they are there. They surf, and then they go again working abroad, for example. But or working, just if they are working onshore, they can just spend more time at work and somewhere else with friends and just come home as a last.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Well, it works for them, maybe, because it's a survival mechanism. But it's sad because you can see that they're deteriorating on the inside. They get grayer, they get older, and they get sadder, and then the energy just drops a lot, and life force is not very there, and then they die. Sorry.
Actually, the energy they carry, it can be like this, because they compromising too much. And then what the kids see, they don't see the ideal partnership, but they absorb, this is the home feeling, this is the family feeling. So even you don't talk about this to the kids, they will know everything. So why I brought up this, because this is the summer season where we meet the new partners, and to be aware what I like, what I need, to see the things in the other, what I looking for, what is the love to me, what was the last love to me, and what I looking for in someone. And scanning everybody like that is a different approach, not just in, as you mentioned, looking good, dancing good, and all this, and okay, the chemistry works nice. And then we can end up into a relationship where basically two unconscious person meet, and then they just have a clash, and maybe they have also kids because they just coping with this hard part because they never learned how to do something with this because they bring the same thing from their family.
Yep.
So in the next episode we will talk about what to do the preventive work to find the love that will be satisfactory, joyful, charge you up after work. You don't want to go anywhere else, just home to meet with that person, because it's in my mind what I've seen in this team building. I had 50 men and only 30% was positive about their relationship and marriage. It was so hard to see. I would just sit down with each of them and just ask them, please tell me more about this, what I see on your face. Because otherwise, unfortunately, I'm a health and safety manager. I have a lot of things to do and not a therapy at work to do. But I help those who's coming to me. And luckily, some of them came to me with very difficult situation. So the preventive work is the topic of the next session. So after this podcast, please continue that one. Plus, if you see someone in your family or within your friends, please share that 2 episode with that person, because people just need to hear this. Because until you are not aware of certain things just happen. Huh? What we are working on is to make everybody more conscious. And that's what we also do with the workshops we organize and the retreats.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
You work mostly with men's?
I work with both sexes, yes. But I do a lot of men's work. We have a men's club in Oslo, downtown Oslo. And I've been doing a lot of retreats for men, yes, as well. Yes.
So how can people find this on your website?
We have a Facebook group now. I don't have a website anymore. We have a Facebook group called Kraftkara Gruppen. So Kraftkara is on Facebook. Yeah, that's where you find us. Just send us a message there.
If you are in Oslo, Kraftkara, plus summer season, how I support this, I will launch the Brave Heart and Rave Heart workshops. All of them are focused on being in a relationship, after relationship, wanting a relationship, and everything around you, what can make you ready and sense the next partner better. So let's do this work together, because the interesting thing, people avoid to do the work because it takes time, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But at the end, imagine yourself in a relationship where you want to keep that person because you love that person, but you are just not ready. So you have to let it go and it will hurt. Instead of just finding it, find the right one, being able to nourish that relationship and be a safe space and a joyful place to live. So next episode, we continue with this. See you soon.